Today I'm talking about the new album by Bon Jovi called Forever. It's their 16th studio album. It was released on June 7, 2024. The band's also celebrating its 40th anniversary with this album. I'll be talking about my personal experiences listening to this band, going back to one of the biggest albums of the 80s. I'll talk about what this band has been up to over the years. I'll talk about the current state of the band, Jon Bon Jovi's surgery, and the songs on the album. I got into Bon Jovi when I was around 17 or 18 years old. The first album I got from them was Slippery When Wet. After that, I bought New Jersey, which was probably my favorite album. Then after that, I started losing interest. I know they had a few albums after that, but I didn't really pay much attention other than the fact that I remember some of the singles during the late 90s and early 2000s. But then I had completely forgotten about this band. But they continued to release albums. They started changing the style a little bit, moving away from hard rock a little bit more towards adult contemporary and country music. The last album I remember them releasing was 2020. It was 4 years ago. I had just started my channel when that came out, but I didn't review it. I still haven't even listened to it because I wasn't really interested at the time. But now I'm kind of getting back into the band. I've done a few retro reviews of their earlier albums, so I decided to give this one a shot. So I'll tell you my thoughts. There were a couple of things that happened that influenced the sound of this album. One notable thing was Jon Bon Jovi had throat surgery. That was to help him preserve his voice because he found he had some strained vocal cords. There was a whole documentary show on it called Thank You, Good Night, The Bon Jovi Story.
Bon Jovi was all or nothing. Five guys from nowhere. And if you were
that was a 4-part docuseries on the Hulu network. They spoke about this in the series. I never saw it because I don't get Hulu where I live, but if I ever get a chance, I will check it out. I've read a lot of comments of people saying this band hasn't put out anything good since Richie Sambora left, which was about 10 years ago. So it might influence the shift in sound, but let's talk about that. The album opens with the song Legendary. This was one of the singles. There were 2 singles. And I liked this one less than the other one, which I'll talk about in a minute. It was a country rock song. Jon Bon Jovi singing about being grateful for everything he has. The song is not too bad. I thought it had kind of too much of a country pop sound for my personal taste. On the plus side, the drumming is very good on this track, and the overall production on the album sounds very good. The second track is We Made It Look Easy. It's another song that reflects on the past. They're talking about how they used to play small venues in New Jersey. They mention Jersey Shore cover bands. Another one that was more of a contemporary rock song with some country leanings. This one was more laid back than the previous song. Then there was the other single, Living Proof. I like this one better. This one had more of that classic Bon Jovi sounding sound. Maybe like the only one that really sounded like classic Bon Jovi. You can hear the talkbox effect. They made that popular back in the old days with Living on a Prayer. That was another good song. This song is reminiscing about the past, letting us all know that they overcame resilience. Overall, I like this one. Next song is called Waves. This is more of an acoustic rock song. It has a little bit of that country sound as well. Lyrics about going through hard times in your life. He uses the metaphor of waves knocking you down and then you have to get back up. Someone made a comment comparing it to that old Jon Bon Jovi song, Blaze of Glory, and I could hear that a little bit. I thought the guitar solo sounded good. The next song is called Seeds. This was a rocker. It had one of those foot-stomping rhythms, and the lyrics were using seeds as a metaphor, saying people are like seeds. They're looking to grow, they're looking for light, trying to break ground, those types of things. And there seems to be a lot of different metaphors used on this album. This one has some orchestral sounds, and you can hear a later-day Beatles influence. I think this one is one of the better songs on the album. The next song is called Kiss the Bride. This is the first official soft ballad on the album. People in the comments were calling this a wedding song, obviously for the title. It appears to be he's getting ready to give away his daughter, getting married. I don't know how true it is. All I know, he has one daughter who actually had a really bad addiction problem when she was younger. But I believe she's better now. And here's some more trivia, because you all know I like to drop facts while I do my videos. But he has another son who just got married, and he married the girl from Stranger Things, Millie Bobby Brown. But talking about this song, it's pretty good. It's a very soft, beautiful love song. Next song is called The People's House. This one is more of an upbeat rock song. I've read a lot of comments, people comparing it to the song Keep the Faith. They were saying it had a similar rhythm, and I guess I could hear that. I believe the lyrics are about building a community or something of that nature. This one had a very good guitar solo. This was reminiscent of their older hard rock. Next song is called Walls of Jericho, and the song title suggests it's maybe going to be a darker type of song, but I actually thought the opposite. It was a happy and upbeat type of song. People in the comments were comparing it to Bruce Springsteen. It had that type of sound that Americana, roots rock, singer-songwriter, straightforward type of rock sound. So it was not too bad. It's a song called I Wrote You a Song. This is another soft ballad. There's lots of piano, there's acoustic guitars. It appears the lyrics are about his feelings for his wife. He's been married for a very long time. He's one of the few rock stars who has kept a very long and faithful marriage. His wife, Dorothea, is someone he's known for a long time. So this is a tribute to her. It's not too bad. It's another one with that country rock type of sound. There's a song called Living in Paradise. The song was co-written by Ed Sheeran. It's a straightforward pop rock song. I read a comment of someone saying, the lyrics seemed like it was a sequel to Living on a Prayer, with the two characters now being old and living together, although I don't know if that's true, but that one person made that connection. The next song is called My First Guitar, another soft acoustic ballad. So supposedly it's about him acquiring his first guitar that he ever bought. I read some comments of people saying he actually used this particular guitar to record the song. It's another laid-back ballad. It seems to have a lot of nostalgia. Lyrics were very interesting as well. He's talking about playing old Kiss records in his parents' garage. Sure, this is one of those songs that brings up a lot of fond memories. The song on the album is called Hollow Man. This is a soft acoustic country song. One of the softest songs on the album. It sounds more like a singer-songwriter type of song. Mostly Jon Bon Jovi singing and strumming the guitar. It's not too bad. It's a very laid-back type of song. That's my final thoughts. It's just okay. Now, it's understandable. These guys have gotten older. Their sound has evolved. They're not going to play like they did back in the 80s with the slippery when wet sound. They're going to give you some mature songwriting, and that's okay. But I didn't find anything spectacular about the album. But let me make a comparison. So we take the band Collective Soul. They recently released an album last month. And they're maybe a little younger than these guys, but they've been around a while. That Collective Soul album was really awesome. And it was like a laid-back type of album. But this one I didn't love. It was not bad, but for me, it's a 7 out of 10. There were a few songs I liked. I liked the single Living Proof. I like two songs in the middle of the album, Seeds and Waves. Otherwise, it's okay. Let me know in the comments of what you thought. Do you like the album? Have you been listening to Bon Jovi over the years? Or are you like me? Did you like listen to them like a long time ago and kind of given up on them? But that's all. Thanks for watching. Check out this video here. I did an old video of Slippery When Wet when it celebrated an anniversary about 2 or 3 years ago. So you can check that out. Thanks for watching. Please like this video. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe. I do rock and metal reviews, rankings, and a bunch of other stuff. And so I will see you in the next one.